going on? What's going on? What's up, fellas? What's going on? Got my rich broke hat on today. What's going on, fellas? Everybody's all over that game. I have a play in that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to disclose it or not. I'm 50-50, but I do have another play for you guys. What's going on, Karen? Crowded. Giants money line. Lakers money line. Lakers are desperate need of a win right now. Ingram out. What's going on, everybody? We'll wait a little bit and then we'll get right into it. You know what's funny, Karen? I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. I specifically remember comments. A lot of people say that, so I am going to ditch the hat. I will ditch the hat today. I actually got my hair cut, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah, we'll wait a couple more minutes, then we'll get into a few leans, a quick recap of my day yesterday, and oh my gosh, NFL is ridiculous. Benny, my boy Benny, man, make sure y'all check him out. He's been killing NBA. Absolutely murdering NBA. I think him and Jack are teaming up. They're going to do a duo here soon. But absolutely murdering any NBA. Benny and the Jets. Love that song, by the way. Bro, don't get me started on overs. Oh, please don't flatter me. Give me more, Karen. Just kidding. Just kidding. But thank you. Yeah, it was crazy. Some of those games. How about Texans coming back and taking lead in the AFC South? Oh, big time Texas fan, are you? Oh. Run, if you guys were on Chase's live, if you're on Chase's live feed this weekend, I joined in, and actually one of the leans I gave out was to take Purdue. That's just the realist. I'm a big time Buckeye fan, but I gave out Purdue. Yeah, I gave out Purdue as plus the 14 was my lean for college football. So I actually faded my own team, which doesn't happen very often. But like I've been telling people in my lives, their linebacking play is not good. They're just not good. Yes, Iowa was very easy, but their linebackers are not good, and I'm sure that Urban Meyer's not happy. On top of the fact that this is the first time that I'm aware of since he's been at Ohio State that he's completely given up power to Ryan Day. So Ryan Day is calling all the plays. Hence why we threw the ball 77 times. You want to lose? Run the ball, throw the ball 77 times when you're Ohio State. No matter what, teams in the Big Ten run the ball. Run the ball. It's simple. They have a team and no quarterback. So yeah, and they played Blake Bortles $54 million. Remember, did everyone forget that? Last year he got an extension after they went deep and made that playoff run. The Jaguars gave him $54 million in a three-year extension to be as awful as he is. He's completely awful. He's never been good, and I don't know why they paid him. Biggest mistake they've ever made. He's the biggest heap of trash of all time. Yeah, I had the over in the of course. I had the over in the what's it called? The Rams game yesterday. Freaking 49ers, bro, blocked the kick and they got the ball on the 12-yard line and could not score. It's 3 points away from going over. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I do like the Sox to win as a series bet. Absolutely. Best team in baseball. They've been for how long? I think people just forgot they kind of coasted into the playoffs, but they're easily the best team in baseball. I like the Red Sox to win it all. Absolutely. But yeah, so we dropped that Rams over by 3 effing points. You gotta be kidding me. Exactly. That's what I thought. I'm like, I thought they were just going to score points by any cost. They're at the 12 and they go 4 straight and go out. Turnover on downs, game over. I wasn't sure if they were going to kick a field goal, throw a touchdown, whatever, but I don't know, bro. I surely didn't, Kenny. That's what I got pounded. I've been getting pounded here lately. Yeah, it was ridiculous. Yeah, and then naturally I had the under, which was my free play. Had the Redskins and Dallas under 42, and we get that. They missed that field goal late to not send the game to overtime, which is wonderful. Exactly. That's my thoughts exactly, Steve. That is my thoughts exactly. What is today's date? I'm losing track of the dates. I know Jimmy's on the Giants. It's I don't know, man. It's going to be a high scoring game. That's a tough game to call right there. I think Atlanta should win. They should win by. They're definitely going to win. It's a matter of by how much and if they're going to cover the spread. But with all that's going on in the New York Giants, man. Odell speaking up, everyone talking about Eli. It's very very hard. Yeah, those you just named all three of my plays, bro. All three of my plays. Tampa Bay's up 14. We got them -3. They let the Browns back in the game, only win by 3. Push. I have the over in the Rams game. The 49ers get a block kick. They're 20 yards away, get it to the 12, can't score, lose by 3. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yes, Tampa Bay's head coach should be fired. He's awful. He should have been fired 3 years ago. He's god awful. Barkley's going to get busy, man. He's going to get busy no matter who he plays. We've seen that. It's going to be a lot of points scoring in this game. A lot of points, I believe. Falcons are going to score. Sanu's playing and Ridley are both probable, so that means they're both going to play. Jones is going to do what he does, man. They're going to score. Atlanta's going to score. That was filthy. Yeah, I had a huge conversation with I was at a wedding this Saturday. I had a huge conversation with a guy who actually creates analytics for NBA teams. And yeah, I like the Falcons to cover. It's hard for me to put my money on the Jets. It's very hard for me to put my money, or not Jets, the Giants, sorry. But yeah, I had a conversation with a guy who creates analytics and algorithms for that make these lines up in Vegas. Very, very detailed stuff. And his neighbors actually are NBA referees. And he pretty much was telling me the rundown on these games, man. And some of this stuff, I think I'm going to push it, Benny. I'll text you. We'll talk about it. Or we'll call or whatever. But I have an idea on that game, but we'll see. My free plays on the Wizards. I like the Wizards to get to cover the game going up against the Trailblazers. They're getting 5 points. Yeah. Yeah, this game could be. We'll see what happens with it, but yeah, my free plays on the Wizards. I like the Wizards plus the 5 going up into the Trailblazers. They split last year. Both times the underdogs won. Yeah, they are very scary at home. I just think the Wizards are in desperate mode right now. Scott Brooks got thrown out of the game the last game because they felt like they weren't getting calls. So they literally had like a team meeting and all that stuff. They were saying how obviously how pissed off they were. They weren't getting calls. I expect them to come out and just be all hands on deck, man. And the time they played last year, and they actually beat them in Portland last year. So not saying they're going to win, but I do like them to cover 5 points. The key to this is if the bench can keep it moderately close, because I like with them picking up Stauskas and them picking up Curry, that's the X factor right there. But Beal snapped there last year. That's the game Beal had 51. Beal put 51 on the Blazers' head last year. So I'm sure they didn't forget that either. I'm expecting a very close, hard-fought game tonight. Very close, hard-fought game. But yeah, tonight is going to be. It's wild. I'm still going back and forth with it, honestly. It happens, brother. It's the nature of the game, nature of the beast. I think in the past 2 or 3 weeks, if I had to guess, games won or lost by a point or less, you wouldn't even believe it. I love that too. Love the under in this game as well. Absolutely. I believe it's at 227 right now. Bucks have been lighting it up. Yeah, so like I said, I like the Wizards plus the 5 in Portland. They're in desperation mode already, man. Atlanta got to win before the freaking Wizards. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I know I couldn't remember if it was 226 and a half or 227. I do like the under in this game as well as a strong lean. But you know these guys can. Portland's going to chuck it up, and so are the Wizards. They're going to be chucking this thing up. So excuse me, that was gross. But yeah, if I had to go through like my last, even the couple weeks that I have on here, there's been like a win or a loss by like a point either way. It's been unbelievable. Unbelievable. Some of these games. Let me pull the lines up. I'm going to pull the lines up right now. You know the problem is with that, Kenny, is because I mean we've experienced it even when we just do red alerts. So we've had a couple red alerts, and the issues are that we sometimes like we agree or we don't agree, or it's a lot of minds to put together to put out a package. I don't know how to explain it. It's an idea, and I actually talked to Jimmy about a we'll see how he responds back, but I have an idea about a top tier thing that I want to put out, and I think that we all should put out. I'll let you guys know if it's solidified. I'm going to record tonight, hopefully. Got some stuff going on. Actually, I'm in the process of purchasing some more real estate, or possibly a bigger home for my family. So a little crazy here as usual, but no excuses. We're here. That's why I'm going live. I prefer to go live than to try to edit videos and do all that stuff. Dee, what's going on? How was your trip? Hope you had a good time. But yeah, nothing solidified. Just in the hunt. But thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, we went to go see a couple yesterday. Don't like to talk crazy about like family or personal stuff, but you know, we do have lives as well. Try to keep it strictly about sports. But yeah, trying to work together with top tiers is we have you have guys that we all think we're right. Thank you. Thanks, appreciate that. But it's we all think we're right all the time. You know, we all think that we're right all the time. Like yesterday, I had the under in the Redskins game, and I think Benny did also. Chase gives me a call and says, "I like the over. Are you on this game?" And I said, "I'm on the under, brother." So it was, you know, it's just, and it was he got it at 40, I got it at 42. It was a point or two either way. They kicked that field goal when it goes in. It goes to 40 and the game goes to overtime, and more than likely my play loses. They missed and my play won. I mean, we're talking a point or two either way, especially with these NFL lines. These past few weeks have been like a point or two here, a point or two there, a half a point here, a half a point there. And it'll just get you. The Falcons, I think, absolutely win outright. To me, I think the Falcons win the game. To me, it's a question of if they cover or not. That's my only question in this game tonight. I think the Falcons win outright. I think the offensive firepower is too much for the Giants to handle, but it's a matter of if they cover the spread or not. We've seen some miraculous things from the Giants with Carolina being up on them, and the Giants go down that field and score quick, and you know they lose the game, but they cover the spread. You know, so it's you could see that plenty of times. Yes, right after this, DD, I have them actually lined up. I didn't send them out yet. But they'll be out by 5 at the latest. 5, definitely not 5. Will probably be before 5. But yep. I possibly have a play on the total, so I don't want to comment on it. But yeah, this Monday Night Football game I think is going to be trickier than people think. It's going to be a little bit trickier than people think. But yeah, like I said, we're talking. There's packages that we're talking about and thinking about because in my opinion, I think there's certain things that we could do better for you guys. And honestly, for me, I just want to win. Like it's not to this. This isn't even about for me. This isn't about money, man. I want to provide the best service that I can provide for you guys. And if you're not satisfied, I want to try to make you satisfied. And if I'm not doing good enough, I'll refer you to someone else or roll you to somebody else, or we'll try to get you rolling, or I'll keep you on another week. But I want to help you guys make more money. I want to help myself make more money, obviously, but that's not the main reason that I do this. There's I have my hands in a lot of different jars, and this isn't something that's like I have to do this or my family doesn't eat. You know, I like to do it. I want to do it, and I want to help you guys. You ain't kidding, brother. You are not kidding. Facts. Facts. There's definitely no hard feelings at all. So, yesterday I was 1-1-1 yesterday. Like I said, the top tier, we had the Rams over. 49ers blocked the kick. They got the ball in the 12-yard line. Don't score any points. Done. Game goes to 49 and not 52. I agree. I agree. Here's what I think about that. We've talked about it, and I think Jimmy released a video, but I don't know how in detail it was. But I've talked to, I think, 2 or 3 people personally that are on like season long packages with me about betting and about bankroll and about how many units to put on games. And like, listen, I can't tell you how much to bet, and I can't tell you how much money to put down, and I don't tell you how many units to move. That's just not what we do here. We do not condone that at all. Like, if you ask for my opinion on how many units that I bet, I will gladly tell you. But I'm not going to say you should do this, this, or this with your money. But I'm saying that if you have a bankroll of whatever, $1,000, or then you need to be betting wisely with that. So I know I've been contacted by people who are maybe only have like $100 to bet, and it's like, I need a 2-team parlay, or I need a 3-team parlay, or I need 3 picks that are locks. Nothing's a lock. Nothing's a lock. Things happen. There's games like that KC game. I think everyone, not everyone, but almost people were looking at that game thinking it's going to go over, and it did, and it didn't go over. But right. But there's people that have top tier plays. There's people who are top tier plays that don't even have a bankroll of $1,000. You understand what I'm saying? So like, there's guys that are real big time bettors and top tier plays that are maybe betting $1,000 on top tier plays, and there's guys that get on day packages that only have $100 to bet. So it's like, if you only had $100 to bet, you should not be betting 50 of it on a top tier play. You know what I mean? If you have $1,000 to gamble, you should be having upwards of $100,000 bankroll. Like, you need to be having a ton of money, because that's just the way sports are going to go. You're going to be up, you're going to be down, you're going to be rolling, you're going to be medium, and that's how the game goes. No one comes in this industry and wins 70% of the time. It doesn't happen. They're lying. It doesn't happen. It's extremely difficult, and our job is to beat the odds and win more than we lose. So there should be like no one that says, I have 50 grand, I'm going to put 15 grand, betting always been rigged. That's why Vegas is winners to an extent. And that goes back to what I was saying. I talked to a guy at a wedding who creates lines for Vegas, and he says that he spoke with referees that were saying how they get reports from the NBA and they actually get fined. So they basically give them not a script, but like a guideline on how they think the game should be officiated, and how they think the pace should be played, and how they think the tempo should be played, and how they want the flow of the game to go. And then when they're done, they get a report, obviously, that we all know they get a report at the end of the game, but they get fined based on calls they missed or calls that they made, and they get like a report based on everything that they did in the game. So, I mean, refs are going to go in and pretty much try to stick to the guideline that they've been presented with before the game, and that 100% can alter a game, whether they want to admit it or not. In my eyes, that is a form of rigging a game. Absolutely. You come into the game and it's the Lakers and the Rockets, and you're saying we want this to be a slower pace. It's like these two teams run up and down the court. Then they're going to be blowing the whistle. They're going to be slowing the game down big time. But yeah, I just want to give you guys my free play. It's on the Wizards, plus the 5, going up against the Trailblazers in Portland is my pick. Everyone is on Portland to destroy them. I like the desperation of the Washington Wizards going into Portland to cover the spread at least and possibly win the game. yeah. So that's all I got for you guys. I know Bengals +6 was a joke. I should have, yeah. Some of that stuff is like just trying to identify what we call trap lines and what is too good to be true and what may not be too good to be true. Yeah, exactly, Teddy. Exactly, Teddy. All over the place. I know personally, I know guys that work in the casinos in Vegas. I know guys that I told you make analytics for the NBA have done algorithms. Hey, what's going on, Logic? Um, do I like the Raptors tonight? I haven't played that game, so I'm not going to say anything about it. But forget what I was just talking about. But yeah, I get information from all over the place, all over the place. No comment. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I truly appreciate it. Stay tuned. I think we're gonna have a little promo deal coming on. Something I'm talking with Jimmy about today that is extremely affordable. And heads up for that video. I think we're gonna talk about really get involved with trying to put out information about bankroll and how we should bet and stuff like that. Yeah, don't even remind me. Um, Yeah, that's 100% fact, Steve. That's 100% fact. They get like a guideline for the game, and I didn't know that either. I knew they got a report after the game on how they officiated, but I didn't know that before the game starts, they're presented with like basically a sheet of how like they want the pace and play of the game to be and how they think it should be officiated. That's unreal, unreal. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yo, got rid of homeboy. Why? Who? What are you talking about? What homeboy? Exactly. But if the refs are dictating the pace and they're dictating the tempo and they're dictating the flow of the game, you can manipulate the game one way or the other. So that was a huge bit of information that I got from him. I'm in contact with him currently to get some more knowledge about a certain few other things that we talked about. But he's a very valuable asset that I'm going to be adding to my personal team for sure. Because that was I'm like it. It's mind blowing to me. I did not know that. I did not know that at all. What the heck is going on with? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. It's sad. It's sad. That's hey, man. There it is. Exactly. Vegas knows what they're doing, man. They know what they're doing. They have this stuff down, and these analytics are down, and these algorithms are to a T. You know, it's almost within not every game, but they're within one or two one way, one or two the other way. The things that are hard, yeah, don't we all? But it's you know what I mean it's tough because sometimes they blow it out way more than they think, and sometimes they get it wrong because computers aren't always right. But when you have a human element in the game, there's always room for error, and there's always room for a little bit of manipulation. Exactly. If there wasn't some sort of like manipulation, there would be no betting. You know, they're not gonna. How would there be a Caesar's Palace, or how would they be a Bellagio if they were losing more than they were winning? You know what I mean? As a whole, you know what I mean? Those guys make millions and millions of dollars, and there's people who put millions and millions of dollars bet on games, and it's only going to get bigger with it becoming legal in all the other states. But I wanted to basically get on here and have a quick little recap of my day yesterday. Like I said, 1-1-1 overall. Top tier was on the Rams over. We dropped by 3 at the end of the game there. Had the under, which was the free play in the Skins game, and then Tampa Bay freaking blows their 14-point lead and pushes. So I had a 1-1-1 day. My free play is going to be the Wizards plus the 5. I do have one more NBA play for sure, and that may be it. Trying to completely narrow things down. How I feel about Andy Reid's decision that killed the over last night. That's one of the reasons why we got rid of Andy Reid. Andy Reid's a great offensive mind, but Andy Reid does some things that to me don't make sense. And I'm glad he's not our coach, even though Dougie P's pissing me off yesterday with that terrible prevent defense, let them throw the ball 10 yards at the end of the game and just let them gain momentum and score stuff. But yeah, Andy Reid's Andy Reid. I was grateful for everything he did for the Eagles. Never got us over the hump. So good luck with him in KC. I want no parts of him. You ain't gonna win a title with Andy Reid in KC. He may have. He may have. And I've seen, and it's the more, and I, growing up, I never thought that I would say games were rigged because I've been an athlete and you're like, there's no way I would. And it's not, it's not so much the coach, I mean, the players. I think it's just the coaches, the refs, some of these things that happen make you just, wow, is what you can say. Wow. That over last night is one of the worst I've ever seen, along with the Memphis over earlier this year. I think it was a Thursday night game, was also one of the worst. Driving down the field, 4th and 2, you're down 24, they kick a field goal. Wow. Those two are one of the worst overs I've ever seen. KC is one of the best. It's going to be hard for them to outscore people. Here's the key for KC. What's going to happen when it gets cold? That's what I want to see. Is Andy Reid going to stick to running? Is he going to run the ball? Because we know Andy Reid, Andy Reid does not like to run the ball. It pains him to run the ball. So I'm interested to see what Kansas City does once it gets cold weather out. Yep. A lot of things happen, man. It's a lot of things happen that make you wonder. The more I watch, the more I'm convinced that it's controlled. And it is entertainment. It's absolutely entertainment. Is that your Super Bowl prediction? What are you guys' Super Bowl predictions? Drop them on real quick. Knox is a jack. He be jacking anyway. What are you guys' Super Bowl predictions? End of the year. Give them to me quick before I get off here. Let me see what you guys got. We got Kansas City and LA is one of them. Pats and Rams. I like Knox. He is good. He's got to learn how to play within it too. Dang, everybody's saying that. Rams and the Chiefs? Green Bay and the Colts ain't going to happen. Pats and the Rams and KC and the Rams. So the Rams are pretty much so the Rams. Yeah, the Rams look very good right now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who my predictions are. It's too early. I know. It got me too. But all right, guys. Like I said, my free play is on the Wizards plus the 5. I don't think KC's gonna do it. I really don't. They're gonna be out early. I just don't see it. Andy Reid does this every year, and I know Patrick Mahomes is the guy. He looks really good, and his weapons are really good. They're one hamstring pull away, one Andy Reid call away from not doing it. They do every year. The Chiefs are like 6-0, 7-0, and then they get to the middle of the year, it starts getting cold. They can't throw the ball 70 times anymore, and it ends up being like 9-7 or 10-6 at the end of the year. They end up blowing it. And I don't see that terrible defense getting any better. One of the worst in the league. And you can't outscore everybody every game. He ain't Tom Brady. Yep. Defense, can you run the rock? Can you control the clock? Can you not turn the ball over? Can your defense get turnovers? Exactly. Players are going to get hurt. I would love to see the Saints and the Patriots. I would love to see two of the best quarterbacks ever at the end. That would make me excited. And I think if Breeze won one, then he's going to just walk off into the sunset, let Teddy Bridgewater take over. But Wizards plus the 5, free play of the day, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Truly appreciate it. Going to drop my free video tonight for the next day following. If you're on my premium selection package, plays are coming out here shortly. Yeah. But 3G's a ghost, guys. God bless. Good luck and grind on.